Welcome to Code Effectively. The topic for today is functions in Java. This is the part 1. I request you to please watch this entire video to know what functions in Java actually are. So let's start. But before this, let me tell you, you have to take functions in Java very seriously because in ICSE and IISc, almost all the programming part and you have a 10-mark function program in Java. So watch this video till the end. So let's start. Actually, what a function is. First, let me tell you what a function is. If someone asks you, please tell me what does function mean? So you can say that a function is a subprogram in Java, or you can say in any program is a subprogram that is a code sequence, or you can say it's a subprogram. And if you want to define subprogram, that is a code sequence. It is a code sequence. Okay, it is a code sequence designed to perform a specific task. Okay, it is a code sequence designed to perform a specific task. This is what the definition of function says. So let me tell you in more easy way. Like for example, you are writing a program. This is your class, let's say sum. Okay, so in void main, instead of writing in void main how to calculate the sum, you can make another function that would be sum. Okay, and in this sum you can take int a and int b. Okay, int a and int b and just add them. So that is your function in Java. This is what function in Java. Okay, so this is what my function. This is my function. Okay, I'll read the definition. It is a sub program. This you can see it is a. This is my entire program and this could be my sub program. That is code sequence designed to perform a specific task. What is a specific task of this? To calculate the sum. So okay, this could be anything. It could be used to calculate any velocity. It could be used to calculate the reverse, anything. It was just a simple example. Okay, this is my definition of function. Now you would be asking me, ma'am, why should I create a function? Why shouldn't I just use my void main? So let me tell you what are the advantages of a function. What are the advantage of a function? The first advantage, you can say it supports modular programming. What does it support? Supports modular programming. Okay, what does modular programming means? That it divides the entire program, like this is your program, it divides the entire program into parts, in modules. Like this is your class, let's say function, okay, let's say fun only. So it could be used to calculate the multiple of two numbers. Here I can see divide two numbers. Here I can calculate the sum of two numbers, subtraction of two numbers. So instead of writing entire thing in void main, I divided my program into modules. Like first module will calculate the multiples, second will calculate the division of two numbers, third will calculate sum, and fourth will calculate subtraction. So it is dividing my program into modules. So that's more benefit. So if you have a problem in multiple, you can directly go and check what is the compile time error I got in multiple instead of going into the whole program. Okay, second thing is division of work. It helps in division of work. As you can see, like for example, you can ask your friend to write a multiple code and I will write the division code. So it is dividing the work. Okay, the third thing that we can say is code reusability. Code reusability, because you don't have to write the entire code again and again, like for multiply, like for divide, for sum. You can just input the numbers in the void main and just take them again and again in divide, sum and subtraction by parameterized input. Okay, so you don't have to use another buffer reader in all the classes and all the things. Just take the input from two numbers at buffer reader using scanner class and just pass those values and you will get. So your code is getting reduced. Okay, second is reduction in the amount of work and development time. It helps in reduce, you can say, time and development also, because in function we can divide the program into parts and parts and parts, and we can help to reduce the time also, because in functions you can just call the function. It is very easy. When you will be becoming a hardcore Java programmer, then you will understand more. Okay, then debugging becomes easier. Debugging means finding the errors becomes easier, because like for example, you are just going for a program, like you have a problem in multiple, like you run your program and when you find the division of two numbers, it was running perfectly, but when you went for the multiple, the program gave a error. So you know where the error could be. It is in multiple, so you can go, instead of searching for the entire program in the entire class, you just went out to the multiple function and you find your error. So debugging also becomes easier in function. Okay, now instead of calling all what are functions, and now let's start exactly what are the parts of a function, or let's say what are the body of a function. See, parts of a function. There are two parts in a function. Parts of a function. Exactly what a function is, you know, it is a subprogram. So a function has two things. When you define a function in Java, you have to take care of two things. One, it has a header, and the second part is the body. Function has two parts, a header and a body. See, okay, so these things you have to keep in mind. See, the first line of the method, header is what? It is nothing, just the first line of the method. It is the first line. Your first line of your function or your method is known as the header, and rest all the things, okay, rest all the things are the part in the part of the curly braces is your body after header. Okay, what does your header? Okay, header you can say is, or you can say the prototype also, because this is the most important thing. Okay, this could be also called as the prototype. So it provides the following information. First of all, it provides the name of the function. Okay, it provides us the name. Okay, and then the what is the value that that function will be returning, or value, or you can say the return type. And again you can say that the number or the type of arguments, number and the type of arguments it will have. Type of arguments, these are the things that your function header will have. Let me give you with a very simple example. Okay, and when this function and header combines, it gives you a, when the header and the body of a function combines, these together give you function. Okay, now let's see with a very simple example. Let's say it's a void double average. Okay, we are using average, and I will take int a and int b. Okay, so this is my function, and let me take this as public. Okay, so now in previous I have told you a header should have a name. Okay, what does the headers tells us? Name. What is the name of my function? It's average. Okay, so header is telling me that my function name is average. So we got the first thing. Second is value or the return type. What is the value it will be returning? Double. So we got from the header of the function that the function will be returning double type of value. Okay, and next we can say, sorry, this void won't be considered here. Okay, so and next we will have number or the number or the type of arguments. So or the number of type of arguments means how many arguments this function will be taking. It will be taking 1 and 1, in total 2 arguments. So what does my function? It also tells us about the access specifiers also. Okay, you can write access specifiers. It tells us about the access specifiers of the function. So how many things we are able to get? 4 things. One is the access specifier, then the return type, and the third one is the name and the total number of arguments it takes or we pass. This is all about the function. So and the remaining part, this all in the curly braces you can say is the body of the function, and this user defines is what he or she wants to do in this function. Okay, this was all about a small basic of what a function is. In the next video we will be discussing about the function signature. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please go and subscribe to the Code Effectively channel.